ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. Yeah, we Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops that find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness is really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at. No cap if the Brody is speaking the soft facts. My advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? Rocky, I see Rocky below over there snagging up a store.
What up?
He
What
was,
up? What up?
he
What
was
up?
not going out by himself, yo.
Oh man, he's a
Hey, but Sean, I was having meat, my brother.
Oh, okay.
I
You
wasn't
had no
having
bird food. Yeah, no
no,
bird
yeah, I
food.
wasn't having no smoked Johnson grass or sauteed dandelions. None of that here, baby.
oh stupid.
We had that good old poke chops. That's P-O-K-E, yes. Poke
And
chops.
Pope.
Hey, listen, guys, we appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hey, Mr. Campbell, you're absolutely right. I wish I would have made some bets. But man, because I would have been raking in the dough off that Lakers game. You know what I'm saying? Just want to be that very clear. So, listen, we're gonna get into today's show. But first of all, let me just say this, man. As always, something happens in this house that I got to talk about. So I want to give a shout out, and I'm gonna give him another shout out on one of my other shows. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Packnet. He got us a wedding gift. All right, and the wedding gift, man, that he got got us 2 wedding gifts. He got us a pull. The stuff that this girl's putting on the wedding registry is like, nah, don't come over here. Nah, don't come over here. The stuff that you're this is the big bet. This is totally different than off script.
Hey Sean, hey Rocky.
Hey, what up? What up, Key? How you doing?
If I join your show for a quick second.
Absolutely, most definitely. Come on in and add some beauty to this live stream. I'm sure to definitely get the likes up and our numbers up as well. So thank you, Key, for joining us.
Listen, thank you guys. I feel so privileged and honored to be here. So one, I had actually a message for the 2 hosts. I told Scott to have you all text your addresses so we can make sure that we invite you to the wedding if you're able to make it. Okay. The groomsmen boxes are sponsored by Rocky's Cigar Company, so that'll be a feature.
Shout out.
Okay.
Absolutely. You can go to slowburn.com, slowburnwaco.com.
Right.
And get you some.
Look, we plug over here, baby. Support Black business. Now, before he gives you all his soliloquy of the registry, I just want to make it clear that I asked my future husband to add his own items. I gave him a 2-week window to do so. He refused and did not. So we have a nice under the sink organizer from Mr. Packnet and his lovely wife, and I have a makeup organizer. That's all. Get the likes up, guys.
Hey, Key, hold up before you leave.
Are you gonna have some beautiful bridesmaids?
Before you leave, now I thought the original in the show, the pregame show that we had, I thought story time was going to involve the story about Waffle House. I didn't know we were going to talk about the registry. So
we literally listen, bro. We literally. Well, I'll just tell them how Waffle House messed up my stomach.
Oh my god. So, hey, can we tell it? Sorry, y'all. I'm not supposed to do this. The only child in him is like raging right now, just so y'all know, okay? So we fast. What started Monday?
Yeah.
Like it was fruits and veggies. All right. I am a carnivore. Do you hear me? I eat pork. I eat beef. I eat it, well, not all, but pork, beef, chicken, steak. I love me some steak. That's my favorite. Okay, so I was really struggling. And I wanted wings. That's why I said Monday when we started fast, I said, babe, I want wings. He was like, oh, babe, at midnight, I'm going to go to Waffle House. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Listen, the kids was like, oh, Waffle House. Oh, Dad, can I get a waffle? I'm like, oh, God. Well, it's after football practice. It's Shy's first football practice. His birthday is tomorrow for y'all in the comments.
Yeah, his birthday is tomorrow.
It's Cinco de Mayo, baby, over here. So I was like, babe, well, I'll go to Waffle House and I'll get my wings another day. Majority rules. So we go. I get the Texas cheesesteak. I really wasn't feeling it, but it was meat. So I was like, I'm gonna just be grateful because it's people outside.
It's kids in Africa that ain't ate in 2 weeks.
Listen, we in Henry County, Georgia. It's somebody on the turnpike right now. So I'm gonna just thank you, Lord, that I can have this fine cooked meal. So we eat it. You know what I'm saying? They killing it. And Now, this morning when I woke up, I was like, "Oh Jesus!" Like it was not sexy at all. Do you hear me? So I was like, and I had to be at work early. I said, "Oh, this is not the way to start my day." He had already been up, so man, you gonna snatch
The Waffle House had already woke him up.
right.
He got a wake up call from the Waffle House.
He didn't share the memo. So I'm like, I mean, when I tell you, Rocky, I'm like every 2 to 3 minutes, I'm like, oh God. So I'm like going, okay, and I'm like, whoo, Lord, like y'all seen Pops off of Friday? That was me. I was like, oh God. So I'm like going in there, I'm tiptoeing, and so I'm girly, so I'm like, I don't want it to smell like what's being done in there. So Bath and Body Works, we seasonal over here. Take care of that. Listen, I get downstairs. I'm like, all right, babe. I'm trying to play it cool. So I'm like, all right, babe. I'll see you. Love you. Got the kids' vitamins out. He's like, babe. Ooh, man, that Waffle House, I don't think it was a good idea. Oh, Sean, don't crash. I feel so bad. Okay. I said, babe. I said, it hit you too? It hit you too? He said, man, babe, listen, fellas, on that drive to work, I've never prayed so hard that God allowed me to make it, that God would allow me to make it safely. Okay. And he was like, baby, if you get tired on the way to work, it ain't tired that I'm gonna get. It'll be pulling over.
Yeah, it was bad, man.
Listen, I had to take the anti-pill to soak it all up. Okay. It was not cute. But anyway,
man.
Like the stream. I see it's 28 of y'all. Or 26 now. Like the stream. And thank you so much, Mr. Packnett. All right, babe. Go ahead with your frustration.
I'm going to keep this short because she just took all my time for my soliloquy. So my issue with this purchase, right? Or not even the purchase, because thank you, Mr. Packnett, for purchasing it. My issue is what she be putting on there because she don't even be using organizers. Like, she don't do it. Like, that's the frustrating part. Like, she does not use any of it. We got underwear. We got underwear organizers. Guess where they're at? Not being organized.
In the garage.
Come on, man. Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Like, you get put a TV on there. Oh, that's more options, okay?
Oh, my God.
Jesus, man. But
that's funny.
Yeah, man. But that's anywho, man. Anyway, she took up all my time. I can't really go into it like I want to. But
so I think at the end of every story, though, Scotty, you got to have a moral, right? And I'm gonna wrap this up. The key is after you go on a fruit fast, the first place you should go shouldn't be the Waffle House.
It should be like Chick-fil-A or something. Like, yeah, you got to ease your way back in. You got to ease your way back in with some nuggets or something. But yeah, that was not it, man. And the kids doing just fine. Kids doing just fine.
Hey, that's like just going to get chitlins right after a fruit fast, man. Come on, now, you know better than to do that, Scott. Anyway,
all right, let's
go right ahead.
Go, man. Oh man. Anyway, let's get into today's show. Let's talk about little Lamar Jackson. 5 years, 260, right? I believe he has 175 guaranteed or 180. I think Kyler has 185. No trade clause, no tag clause, and he gets $72 million at signing. I think his mom did pretty good. What say you all?
Totally agree with that signing. He wanted to be the highest paid quarterback. He is. Overall, and I mean it was right on time. I think Baltimore was forced a little bit, but hey, it is what it is, man. He get what he deserved. He's been carrying the team. He's been the Ray Lewis of the offense. He's the face of the franchise, and he deserves it.
That one thing for sure. That's Felicia's baby. For sure, you hear me?
Boy,
Felicia's baby got $72 million, and she wasn't playing with the Baltimore Ravens.
Absolutely
She
not.
went in there and got what I consider 3 unprecedented stipulations in the contract. First off, she got a record number of guaranteed money, right? She then got a record-setting signing bonus, and Lamar Jackson, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's the first NFL player to ever get a no
trade.
franchise tag clause. So don't tell me what your mama can't do for you.
Come on now. And yes,
Don't tell me what your mama can't do for you.
7
She
point-
brought you in this world, and she can negotiate your contract.
I'll tell you one thing, and yes, she did get he gave her the agent fee, which I believe was $7 million, $7.8 million, something like that. But yeah, she definitely got paid. I'll tell you one thing. Hey, let's be real. Some black mamas, they better than Drew Rosenhaus. Okay, if you got the right black mama,
You are the only participant in the conference. All participants are muted.
if you got the right black mama, let's just say, you'll catch a raven, a tiger, a lion, a bear, all of them with their pants down. Okay, with the right black mama, yeah, you get you. They end up you get shit, man. You end up being half part owner while you playing.
So, and one thing you're not gonna do is mistreat her baby. Like that's one thing you're not gonna do. Can't you just see her in there snapping her head neck as they trying to diminish Lamar Jackson's accomplishments?
Listen, one thing about a black mama, she probably like, I know she hit on, because black mama just got black mama sayings, and she dealing with white men, and they don't understand that, right? So when black mama's like, Miss, they like, Miss Jackson, I don't see the value. Oh, you don't see the value
in my baby? In my baby?
Okay, so he wasn't unanimous MVP. My baby did that. Like what? So he didn't lead the league in passing. My baby did that. He didn't lead the league in touchdown pass. My baby did that. He didn't take out a back-to-back playoff appearances. My baby did that. Like, boys, y'all know she was going ham on white men. All right, man, I would have loved to been a fly in that wall. Boy. That would have been something to see. But let me ask you this. Rocky, before you go, you can go back to your point, but let me ask you this. Is he going to live up to the contract?
So, in my opinion, yes, because it only takes one Super Bowl to deliver in the NFL to deliver on a contract like this, and I believe he will win at least one Super Bowl.
Oh wow!
That's what I believe. Now,
That's bold. That's bold, Rocky.
I mean, I believe that's all you have to do. When you look at what the Baltimore Ravens franchise has done historically, and from a standpoint of who Lamar Jackson is as a player, right? If he's healthy, I see again, he's a top 5 quarterback in the league. The Ravens are a top 5 organization in the league. I see them putting him in a position to win a Super Bowl, and I definitely predict that he'll do it.
I wouldn't go that far to say Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl. I think if he stays healthy, I think he lives up to this contract. That's all. That's the only thing to me. I think he's been injured these past couple years, but if he's healthy and he's Lamar, I think he definitely lives up to this contract. And I would love to see, with that no tag clause, I would love to see who comes out with the bag for Lamar Jackson after this contract. After those 5 years are up, he'll be what, 31? Yeah, he'll be up there.
In quarterback years, that's very young. 30. 31?
Well, not when you're a mobile guy. Like when you're a mobile guy like Lamar, as you get older, your speed diminishes, right? So it's like what makes Lamar Jackson is not his arm, it's his legs. He can throw. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's not a thrower of the football. He can throw that thing. But what makes Lamar Jackson is because of his dynamic running ability.
I think that this contract and that one clause has set a precedent that is about to take over the NFL, and we're going to see it start shaping up like the NBA as far as negotiations go, because there's other elite players that would love to have that no franchise tag in their clause, and there's going to be some nitty-gritty fighting going on regarding that. And it's still a benefit for some players who outplayed their contracts, and they're almost up for one, and then they just get tagged. Yeah, but nah, this is gonna be some interesting negotiations coming forward on a lot of these contracts.
I agree. If I'm Josh Allen, if I'm what's the boy from the Bengals? If I'm
Burrow,
if I'm Joe Burrow, Blaine Gabbert, I mean not Blaine Lowhead, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Burrow. Hey, I'm getting that.
Sunshine down there in Jacksonville.
Oh my God.
So let's be real, guys. I don't think it'll be the game changing move that y'all think it is, because again, he's a quarterback, and generally quarterbacks never make it to the open market, and very few franchise quarterbacks ever get franchise tagged. They usually seem to work it out before their contract is up. So I don't think it's the game changing move that you think it is. If he was a running back or defensive end or a position player, I definitely think it would be game changing. But as far as a quarterback, they usually don't make it to the open market.
I know we're talking quarterback, but I think it's going to benefit the elite pass rushers, the elite safeties, right? People that have to go and defend and get Lamar Jackson. I think that's who's going to benefit in these negotiations the most. The receiver, you can kind of throw it up on the wall because you can replace them real easy. But those elite corners, that's why I think it comes into play.
I like that. I think, but see, this goes back to even the NFL players not doing right in their CBA, right? You care about not getting tested for weed and all that dumb stuff, and instead of getting rid of the franchise tag. That's the thing for me, is that you guys have your priorities mixed up. That's why you have to go about it the way that you do, where everybody does it on an individual basis instead of everybody coming together and say, hey, let's get rid of this franchise tag so we all can experience the open market when we want to. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel bad for NFL players because they keep signing off on this bad deal. And now people have to go outside of the deal to make sure it doesn't happen to them. But the NFL player needs to definitely do better about their business and get their business together. So
I definitely agree with you, Scotty. The franchise tag is something that has hindered. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do, which was slow down the escalation of salaries for the NFL teams, and it's doing exactly what it's supposed to do, because it slows down the growth of salaries. In my opinion, I think they definitely should get away from it, and it's almost, teams are using it, in my opinion, in a really unethical way, meaning that they're not using it to as a means to benefit or reward the player. They're using it as a means to punish him for not signing a bad deal. So
Kevin says the franchise has the worst thing ever, and the transition tag is even worse. It is what the Ravens did to Lamar and capped his money potentially if he had played it. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. But once again, you keep signing. If you agree, that don't even make sense. How y'all gonna complain about something y'all agreed to? That's the part to me that kills me. You signed the CBA and they oh man, this is bad. This is bad.
But you know how quick so just think about this. Just think about this, Scotty. The Eagles won the Super Bowl 5 years ago, right? You probably remember that, Sean. You probably remember Philly Special and all that.
Fly, right? Eagles, fly.
And this is the point I'm making. This is the point I'm making. 5 years later, there was only 5 players on that team that won the Super Bowl. The NFL, a generation in the NFL is about 3 years, and it turns over. So the guys who agreed to that bad deal are no longer in the league anymore. So that's what the problem is. They vote on CBAs that extend for 10 years, then go back and renew them. And the guys who actually agree on those deals, who vote for those deals, well, the majority of them will only be in the NFL less than 3.5, 4 years, and then there'll be a new crop of guys in. That's the problem with it. They need to have representation that has some type of tenure in the league in order to negotiate a contract. That's just my opinion.
We'll see, but what I've heard about the CBA, and man, we'll move on from here, is that the issue is that the majority of the NFL is made of the veteran minimum players. So they have the majority of the vote, and all the higher up earners don't really have much sway other than them already they making all the money. So that's why the main issues are, how do we get guaranteed contracts, and how do we up the veteran minimum, and please don't test us for weed. That's that's what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? So it's sad, but the
I'm with you, Scotty.
the owners don't they know what they're doing, man. They know exactly what they're doing, and they know the players aren't going to be able to vote in unison, because why? Nobody wants to go on a strike because of the simple fact of, I'm living paycheck to paycheck being a millionaire. Just
Absolutely.
Or 100,000-aire, whatever you want to call it. All right, you already know what it is. Big money matchups. All right, first up, Knicks versus Heat. Man, listen, I was really disappointed. Man, I was really disappointed. I wanted the Heat to pull that out so bad. It didn't go down the way they did. Without Jimmy Butler, Miami Heat super competitive. Rocky, what do you got for this one?
Like I say, I think the Knicks are in trouble. At 1-1, I think the Knicks are in trouble. They was able to stay really, even until the last 2 minutes of the game, where having a superstar really, is an advantage, like Jimmy Butler, and he wasn't available. If Jimmy Butler is available in Miami, I see them dropping both those games unless unless the Knicks come out, and do something much different on the road than they were able to show at home. Like they had great in this particular game. They had great games from Randall, who came back. They had great games from Brunson, who came back, and they still only were able to, slightly edge out the Heat without Jimmy Butler. And so in this situation, I think a full strength Miami team should be able to get two at home against the Knicks, in my opinion.
No, I agree. Sean, if you're able to speak, you can on this issue if you want to talk a little Knicks in Miami.
Listen, man, I agree with what Rocky said. The Heat, the last game they just missed their closer. That was it. They were in their game all the way, and that's dangerous. So it still could end up a gentleman's sweep. Because even Jimmy Butler, you see his facial expression at the end of the game. He was like, "You little lucky mugs," you know what I'm saying? And the whole time he thinking like, "Yeah, we win the game if I'm in there. So we're gonna go ahead and get y'all out of here in 5, no matter what." So and I think that's what it's gonna be. I don't think the Knicks will have an answer for Jimmy Butler, but also the energy that team has. And remember, y'all, there's no Tyler Hero. There's no Tyler. And this team is able to still contend, defend, and play at the level that they're playing at without one of their leading scorers. So, it's trouble for the Knicks. And that's how I see it.
Let's go. Let's touch on the Knicks, because we're talking a lot about what the Heat can bring, because the Knicks did pull this out. The one thing I've noticed about the Knicks is that they have a great little support. I hate to say great little, but they do have a great supporting cast around Jalen Brunson with R.J. Barrett, Josh Hart, Julius Randle. They have some guys, but they just don't feel like you can trust. Like you're supposed to trust Julius, right? He's supposed to be the guy, but we can all kind of see this is Jalen Brunson's team, right? It's his team. But it's the R.J. Barretts, it's the Josh Harts, it's the Julius Randles that you're like, when is one of you guys going to step up and become that Tyler Hero or become that Austin Reeves for the Knicks? And I just haven't seen it consistently enough to be like, I can count on this person.
So Scotty, when I was watching that game the other night, it dawned on me that everybody on the court was just guys. Even Brunson, even Julius Randle, the guy that came off the bench for Jimmy Vincent, for Jimmy Butler, like they're just guys.
Yeah.
And in a basketball game, when both of you guys have just guys, any team can win. But I think Jimmy Butler tips the scale because he's Brunson is a nice player. Randall is a nice player, but neither one of those guys are at the level that Jimmy Butler is. And so, again, it's the NBA, and everybody got guys. It's those superstars that ultimately make the difference. And I think Jimmy Butler is a bona fide superstar, and Randall and Brunson are just good guys. That's it.
But I think you're being a little harsh on my boy Jalen Brunson. I know he's not a superstar. I will agree with you on that. I think he's a star. Now I don't know if that counts. You know what I'm saying?
You can say he's a star. I would even say that more than anything, he's a clutch player and can play under pressure. But at the end of the day, he doesn't have a go-to, a signature move, dominant trait where he could just take over the game against anybody.
So you saying he a 2-star athlete?
Y'all, listen. Y'all being very disrespectful to my man Jalen Brunson. Okay, I just want to be very. I want to listen. I'm a Mavericks fan. I'm a little salty that we let him go. I thought he would have been a huge asset to our team. I would say he's about a 3.5, 4-star player. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that. I think Jalen Brunson is going to take the next step in his journey as a Knick. I don't know where that takes the Knicks, but I do think he is that guy. All right. Game 3 goes down at Saturday at 3:30. Knicks are 3.5. They're giving Vegas.
They're the underdog, Scotty.
Okay, the plus be getting me, man. The plus be getting me is the Knicks are the underdogs with 3.5 points. They got a total of 208. What you guys got on this one? You like it or you don't?
I definitely like the total going over.
Okay,
that may be again. I don't in a game full of guys and Jimmy Butler. It's still going to be a very close game. So that 3.5. I think it's going to be a game where the Heat win, but the Heat probably going to win by 2 or 3 points. I don't know if 3.5. I don't know if I agree with that 3.5. So in this game, I got to say I'll take the Knicks and the points to stay and Miami should win in a close game in my opinion.
What you got, Sean?
Man, I don't know what the Knicks are going to do in Miami. So if I'm betting on this game, I'm taking Miami all day. Forget them little 3.5 points. It's going to be a bad day because that crowd, the energy, and that team behind that crowd is going to suffocate the Knicks. And I don't see this going well in Miami. This is why I said it's going to be a gentleman's sweep. And as far as the over-under, I think that it'll be under. I think it'll be under that. That's too many points, and I don't see the Knicks scoring that much.
Okay. I'm definitely taking the over on the 3.5. So I think the Heat are going to beat them by more than 3.5. This game just feels so 90-ish to me, right? It just feels so 90, so 89, 95, you know what I'm saying? So, 99 to 85, something weird like that. So I'm gonna go with the under as well. I'll go with the under, but I definitely got the in Miami. Oh, hell yeah. In Dade County, Wade County, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I agree with Sean on that one. I'm definitely taking the over on the points, but I'm definitely taking the under on the 208. All right.
This dude is crazy, man.
You are the lone wolf. Yes, sir. You are the lone wolf by your damn self. You've been losing too. Anyway, next up. Listen, I told you. See, I ain't have time to clip it because I would have came right for your ass, Rocky. I said the Celtics are they don't do that back-to-back stuff. They don't listen. If it's one thing they don't do well is losing back-to-back games. They don't do that very well.
You did say that.
You know what I'm saying? And Jesus Christ, did they come out with a vengeance? 121 to 87. Game 3, Philly. They got Philly as an underdog +2. Total is 214. Let's talk about game 2, and then let's get into the betting. Game 2, Rocky, how did you see it?
I thought, okay, first it was a surprise to me that Embiid played. And after watching the game, I hate he played because it threw, in my opinion, it threw the entire rhythm off of what Philly had going in game 1. And so they tried to change their style, and Maxey was off, Harden was off, and Embiid was pretty much average. And so they didn't put up much of a fight. They were done by the beginning of the fourth quarter, down by 30. And so it was just a bad outing altogether. And I think that bad outing was attributed to them going from the fun and gun style of James Harden without Embiid to the more plotting, methodical, deliberate style with Joel Embiid. Hopefully they get it figured out, by Saturday. But I just really think the Embiid style is easier to guard for Boston, to be honest with you. And so and I think the advantage in this series swings back to Boston because Embiid, unless he's just amazingly dominant in the game, and I don't think he can be that way because he's just coming off a knee sprain.
Mm-hmm.
I just think they're easier to guard with him in the game and playing through him like they all have all season.
Rocky, you're frozen, my boy.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can hear you nice and clear. But
okay. Yeah, I'll fix that.
All right, but listen, I agree with Rocky to a certain extent. I think Embiid did mess up the flow of the game. It got real stagnant. Harden and Maxey weren't able to flow like they were in game 1, where they were just, Tobias as well, just passing the ball, moving, shaking, and doing what they do. You can't say. What I hate to say is, Embiid should have sat out. I mean, that is your MVP. You know,
but he was dominant on the defensive end.
So it's like where do you know what I'm saying? To me, it's like I think Embiid has to allow James Harden to cook early, right, and let him get in the flow of the game and let him find himself and see how they play off each other that way instead of just trying to consistently feed Embiid and everybody just sit back and trying to let him go to work. I think it should be the opposite way because I think Embiid's going to get his, but he needs to allow his guards to get going and get in the flow of the game as well. What you got, Sean?
I agree with that assessment, and I saw the same thing that you saw. I just think that there was too much offensively. They were stagnant because they were trying to make sure to look inside first versus everything that they were doing before that was confusing the heck out of Boston that they were unprepared for. And you got to get some of that. But I think also managing his minutes and not knowing when to keep him in, when to keep him out, that also hurt Philadelphia in that stretch and allowed Boston. And plus, Boston was pissed off. So I just think it was chaos waiting to happen. But I would like to see a better strategy and some adjustments from Coach Doc Rivers and allowing his players to be special. I would expect a different Embiid this next game because you got a little bit more time to ice up, get some shots in the knee, whatever the case may be. But I don't see Boston totally taking control of this series because I have my doubts about Boston in special moments. This is not the KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen Boston. This isn't that Boston team that we last saw or the years before the 80s Boston teams. This team hasn't really stamped themselves. Yeah, they made it to the finals and then they lost and they looked bad in that loss. But I don't think that they have that it factor. Like we know we're supposed to be here and dominate that way. I just don't see it. I think that Philly can still sneak this series out and make the most out of it, especially if Harden can play like he did in game 1.
Yeah, let me bring up this comment. It says in basketball, you set the tone down low first, then the guards get theirs because they will start fouling. But I get the other way you're saying. I disagree in this level of NBA. I disagree, right? Because I mean, you can get a foul. I mean, the fouls come so easy. You don't really even have to be an enforcer down low to have a Jokic. You can just really be slashers. And like, if anybody remembers James Harden back in the Rocket days, like he used to go to the line like 15 times, like just doing that little underhook move. So I get what he's saying. I get what Hamlin's saying. But in today's basketball, I don't think it has to be that way.
So I look at it like this, guys, is that Joel Embiid being in the lane as another defender in the lane that James Harden has to maneuver past when he's going to the bucket. If you look at the other game that he played, the first game, there was nobody in the bucket. They was pretty much 5 out, and he was able to get to the bucket one-on-one, break down the defense, dish, whatever. And I think that's when James Harden is at his best, right?
Yeah.
Joel Embiid in this series, I really believe that. Until the Philly decides that, hey, we're going to play through James Harden, we're going to – because Joel Embiid in this series can get buckets just by going to the boards, rebounds. You don't have to run plays in this series for Joel Embiid as long as James Harden is on the court, because James Harden can get anything he wants against any guard, against Derek White or Marcus Smart. They're just not big enough. And so he can get whatever he wants, and they can't really stay in front of Maxey as long as the lane is open. And Joel Embiid clogs the lane with him and his defender. So I just hope they open it up a bit and allow them to play a little free. But go ahead.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Let's look at some of the over-unders for this game. You got Jason Tatum over under 28.5.
I'm going under.
Yeah, I agree. We got Jaylen Brown 26.5.
I'm gonna go under as well.
I'm gonna go. How you doing, Rocky? Oh, it sound like I got shot. Sound like a shot dog. I'm gonna go over. I think Jaylen Brown. To me, I think Jaylen Brown's the enforcer. I think he can get it going. And one more. Let's see. Let's go down to. They got James at 20 and a half. What you got over under James at 20 and a half?
I think he's going over. I think 20 is really a low number in this series for James, but we'll see. But I'd like to see Embiid's over under. What's Embiid's over under?
25 and a half.
20 what?
25 and a half.
25 and a half? Wow.
Yeah.
I definitely go under on Joel Embiid.
You going under on Joel Embiid at 25 and a half?
Yeah.
I gotta go over on that. I think that was the easiest one.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, I think he gonna go for at least 31, 33. Like, I mean, especially going back to Philly. You know what I'm saying?
I think coming off that injury, he doesn't have the stamina, nor does he have the lift to get 25, 30 points. If they're gonna win and be competitive, he's gonna have to defer a little bit, and that's gonna reduce his number of touches, reduce his number of shots, and he's gonna, but we'll see.
We shall. I mean, that's it. And last one, Tyrese Maxey, 20 and a half. Yeah, I got that under. That's under. Yeah, that's under. I don't think Tyrese gonna go under. Yeah. So
you got Tyrese under as well. Hey guys, last night, let me just tell you a bet I took last night. I took Tyrese Maxey and Tyrese Maxey and James Harden combined to score 50 points. And I lost. And I lost big. They didn't even make it to the fourth quarter. And the reason why I bring that up is the game before, I want to say combined, they scored almost 70 points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a game-to-game situation in the NBA. So you gotta play the matchups.
Mr. Kevin says they're not winning the series if he's not in the 30s. I agree with that, especially if they play slow and methodical the way they looked last night. That means he has to put the ball in the bucket. Absolutely has to put the ball in the bucket. I mean, literally Denver and Philly are pretty much to me the same type of team. Like, you know what I'm saying? Where Jokic got to get going for everybody else, but you just got Jamal Murray and they got James Harden. You know what I'm saying? So it's a hit or miss with that going on. All right, overall, got Philly +2 underdogs, and then you got the total is 214. Sean, if you can hear me, what you got on this one? You can just talk. You don't got to put your camera on.
Hey, well, I'll take it since he may be indisposed. I'm going to definitely take Boston on the road on this one. I'm going to take the road team again. And as far as the total, I'm going over.
Okay, going over. What you got, Sean? Got +2 for Philly. 214 is the total.
I'm taking the over, and I'm taking Philly with the 2 points.
So that means Boston's winning, right? That's what that means.
Yes.
Okay.
Boston is the favorite.
Okay. I just want to when you say I'm taking Philly, I'm like, okay, that means Boston. I'm like, yeah.
Well, no. He can take Philly, right? And if Philly wins, he wins. If Philly loses by less than 2, he also wins.
Lose.
No, if Philly loses by less than 2, you win.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was agreeing with you.
Yeah, but if Boston wins by more than 2, he loses.
Then he loses. Got you. Okay. All right. Yeah, man, that stuff be getting me every time. All right. So what I'm gonna do? I'm taking Philly at home. Joel Embiid gets the bounce back, and I'm definitely taking the over. Listen, I think you got to put up points when you're playing with the Celtics. All right, that just is what it is. They like to get out. They like to run. They like to get up and down the court. You got to figure out a way. Even though I think they're gonna try to slow the game down, I can still see this game being 110, 115, 112, 114, 118, something like that. So I got Philly with the win. It's a close game. They probably win by at least about 6 or 5, but I got it going over.
By the way, Scotty, my grandmother, she said hello. She listens to your show, bro.
Thank you. Tell Grandma I said what's good.
Yeah. I had to drop a water off. So, yeah, that's what that was about.
Bro, tell Grandma I said what's good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
She got a good grandson, baby.
Love my grandbaby.
All right, let's go. Denver up 2-0 gets the Suns. They go back to Phoenix, right? Game 3 is they got the Nuggets +4, total 220. That's a high ass total. Jesus. Got it at 225. What say you all?
For me, this is easy. And I'm going to take the over again.
Damn.
Right? Yeah. I'm going to take the over. And I'm also going to take, if I'm getting 4 points with the Nuggets, I watched both games from start to finish, and I have seen nothing from the Phoenix Suns that indicates that they have a chance in this game. And I don't know why they're getting 4 points, but we'll see.
Woo.
I'm going to disagree.
In this game. Go ahead.
I think we did see a different Suns team, but they just they were missing something. So if they can figure that one thing that they're missing out, then I would love to take the Suns and the points and the over, because I just think that we're going to see this ferocious game from them guys. At least one game. One of these games, they got to go off, and I think it's game 3 at home.
Hey, my brother Blue agrees with me. Take the Nuggets +4. That's money in the bank. Send your kids to college, right? Send your kids to college. Bet your rent money, your grocery money. I'm just saying that this is only for entertainment only. But if you bet your virtual rent money and your virtual grocery money on the Nuggets, right? And sleep well. Sean, I think what you're saying is you hope the Phoenix Suns figure it out, right? I didn't see anything that made
Just
they
one
definitely
game,
don't
brother.
have.
Just
They
one
definitely
game
don't
at
have
home.
Jokic. They definitely don't have Jokic figured out. And with Chris Paul not in the game, they
That
look
depth.
pathetic to me.
That depth is going to listen, man. There's no way that I can have this, man. That means KD gonna have to go off. Because okay, I look at it like this: if KD and Devin Booker both go off, let's say Booker go for 35, KD go for 32. Where the rest of them points coming at after that? Where they coming from? Campaign? Cameron Payne, you know what I'm saying? Like, what they go? Biombo? 8 might get you 15. 8 might get you 12, 10 to 12. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see it. I can't see it.
And Scotty, what are they gonna do with that bad man? Like, to me, that's the problem. Like, that's the biggest problem. They can't do nothing with that bad man in the middle.
Yeah, I don't think they have an answer for Jokic. The Joker's just killing them. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think either one of these games have gone over 100, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at game one. I want to just double back real quick because I don't want to. I really don't think either one. Game one.
I'm telling y'all right now, man, the Phoenix Suns, we're about to see the highest scoring duo in playoff history.
All right,
We're finna get a 50 piece from both of them.
But LeBron and Kyrie did that. Anyway, so 125 was game one. 125 and 107. I don't even see the Nuggets doing that again because I think Jamal Murray went stupid in game one. I don't think Jamal Murray is going to have the same problems that he had in game two, and they still won. So
I don't see a situation. I don't see a situation where. No. I'm sorry, Scotty, if I interrupt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take Denver. I'm gonna take the over, and Nuggets are watching these boys, so I got to win it by more than 4 points. I got it for the over. I think Jamal Murray is going to drop 25. We'll get into more of that with the players and stuff like that. But yeah, I got this game. I got them shutting this all the way down.
I'm actually going to stay away from the total on this game. I'm not going to bet the total, but I'm definitely taking the Nuggets.
Let's get into some player individuals. They got Joker at 26.5. I think that's an easy over for me. That's an easy over. I think he is going to go at least 30, 33, easy money. Jamal Murray.
Combine it with his rebounds and double your money.
Oh, what's his rebounds? Player rebounds at 13.
That is quite a bit, though.
I hate that 13.5. They be doing that shit. I can't. How you get a half a rebound, Vegas? How you get a half a rebound? Make somebody. That's how them Bammers be cheating.
That means 13 loses.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. I think that's a high amount. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna say he go 30 and 15. I can see 30 and 15. I can see that.
Absolutely.
I can see that.
And in a bet like that, you bet $20. You're actually gonna win 40, which is a total of 60. So that's how you do that. It's called a parlay. We'll have a bet one-on-one here soon. But yeah, if you bet both of them in a parlay, you can bet 20 and win 40. Okay,
so I actually like the Kentavious Pope 9.5. I would if I was taking this bet slip, I would definitely take that 9.5. I think he could easily get 11 to 12. That's just me because he's been playing really, really well. I think they're gonna give him a lot more playing time. Kevin Durant 29.5. Game 3 at home with the crowd. I would say over, but I'm going to go under. I think Devin Booker is a guaranteed over. I think Kevin Durant is the shakiness. I think I just can't trust him, man. I just can't trust him. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna go under with Kevin Durant, but y'all can. But I know, Sean, you should be doubling up your money on this one. Talk about some 40 points. Go ahead.
Like I said, I definitely, again, this is just historical information. I'm hoping that this is the Warriors KD that shows up and I'm taking the over, and I'm definitely taking the over on Book. What is Book 30.5?
Yeah, 30 and a half.
Yeah, I'm taking the over on both of them, and because it's gonna take that effort, in my opinion, just to be competitive, you know. And other than those guys, I don't see, where they get that kind of production. I don't see a way where they really compete in this game. In honest with you.
Now that you probably got me thinking, because I'm thinking like they're probably gonna give Kevin Durant 30 shots. You know what I'm saying? He probably gonna take at least 30, 25 to
and
30.
he shot bad the last game. I don't think he'll shoot. He's a good shooter, so if he gets the volume of shots, he's gonna score buckets, right? So I think he's gonna come back with a better shooting game. They're at home. I just don't think they have to win. I mean, that's but I think Booker and KD will produce.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's see, player threes. I want to go a little player threes. Let me see what they got. Where is Devin Booker at? Devin Booker, 2.5 for three. Oh, hell yeah, I'm taking that. What? 2.5 for three?
Take that all day.
Oh, that's all day.
You getting that in the first quarter.
Well, you got to realize Book doesn't shoot a lot of them.
He is more of a slasher.
He's going to take 5 to 6 a game. So, and if he misses the first cup, again, I think you're betting right. If you take him in the over, I don't think that it's a bad bet. I just want you to understand that they have it at 2.5, not because he's not a good shooter. It's just the number of threes that he normally takes. That's why they have him at 2.5.
That's fair. I would definitely take the Kevin Durant one though. 2.5 for Kevin Durant. I'm definitely.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, both of them. They both are so efficient as shooters. They're not going to do what you see Steph and Clay and even Jordan Poole do. You know what I mean? They're not going to take reckless threes. But so.
All righty, let's get into it. You already know what it is. Game of the week. Week.
I think I told you what would happen in the first game, so let's get into this.
So here we go with the bronze sexuality on the panel today.
we tried to tell him, didn't he, Scotty? We tried to tell him.
Oh, we tried to tell him. He got caught up in that light-skinned fever. It was like, oh, no. They trying to shoot us out the gym. And we said,
you caught jungle. You had jungle fever. You thought Clay and Steph was going to do it all by themselves. And it just wasn't going to happen like that.
They said that.
Explain. Sean, I'm interested to see. Explain what happened on Tuesday night.
Come on, man. You already said it, and Scotty said it. AD was the problem late for them, and Golden State just really couldn't recover. I think that, even in that late game, I don't know why Jordan Poole takes that shot. Draymond looked at him crazy. But, in that type of situation, it's Clay or it's Curry. It's not Poole. So I think that shot changed the outcome of the game overall. But I still like Golden State.
That doesn't surprise me.
I ain't saying to win. I ain't saying to win the series. I got the Lakers. But to win game 2, I got Golden State at home, and it's gonna be a blowout.
Okay, hold on. I got it. We got to really.
And LeBron gonna have 15 points and no points in the fourth quarter, like he did against Dirk Nowitzki, and his track record of shrinking in big moments. He gonna have one of them.
Are we really gonna do this?
Wow. The disrespect is real out here.
So do we have to bring out the stat that LeBron has 7 game-winning shots at the buzzer, and the closest player to him that's currently in the league is Steph with 2?
They don't want to
Look how long LeBron been playing for 30 years.
Oh my God. LeBron been playing 20 years.
Bro, they play 82 games a year, not including the playoff games he's been in. He only got 7?
No, we're talking about playoff games. We're talking about playoff games. We're not talking about just regular.
He done played in 500 playoff games.
Wow. That's what we're doing tonight. That's what we're doing.
So you're because she's shooting damn near 60% with the clock in clutch time, the ultimate clutch moment as time is expiring. To win a game, you're gonna say he lets his team down in big moments. How can you explain that then?
He's got so he's got 7 game-winning shots made, right?
Yes.
How many game-winning shots he had that he passed up? 7 is too low.
Now we're taking out the making the right basketball play. So now we
no. If you're the greatest player in the world, you the GOAT.
Yeah, which he is.
Which he ain't. You don't give up GOAT moments.
That's not the argument. Let's stick on the game 2. We'll talk about another episode. Let's stick on game 2. I forgot to put the total, guys, but the total is as of right now, the spread has changed. It's Lakers +7. The total is 226.5. Game 2 tonight. Let me start it off right. My issue is this. And hold on, I think I got the graphics to back it up. So give me some time, Rocky. I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna.
So this is my deal with this. I understand why Sean is picking the Warriors in this game right here. I understand why he believes the Warriors are gonna win, right? But at the end of the day, when I think about just basketball, they have nobody. The Warriors have nobody that matches up with AD, and that was apparent on our Tuesday night show. Right? You guys can go back and listen to that and you'll see. That was apparent on Tuesday night. It buried itself out in the game, right? LeBron had a very mediocre pedestrian game, right? And at the end of the game, they had a 12-point lead. A 14-point lead, which the Warriors reduced in about 2 or 3 minutes because of poor play by the Lakers. My point in saying this is, if you believe the Warriors are going to win, it's not because of anything you saw in game 1 or because anything that schematically exists, right? You just believe that Steph and Clay are light-skinned magicians and that they're going to play above the numbers, above what they've shown up to this point. Because you can't – because it doesn't bear itself out in what happened in the game on Monday, and I don't see them having an answer for the problems they had, an answer today for the problems they had on Tuesday.
I'm going to go completely in the opposite direction. Let me show you what this graphic says. Since they have been keeping track, winner making a team that has made 15 plus threes more than the opponent was 3-95, right? So that means you are guaranteed to win if you made 15 plus more three-pointers than the next team. And guess, these are the only 4 teams that have won those games. And that was the Lakers last night. And I say this is that because what else could you ask for from the Warriors? They did everything they were supposed to do. They shot the ball well. Clay did. Steph did. Jordan did. You did everything you were supposed to do and came down to the wire. You were still down by 10. And if I'm being honest, if you really look at the game, it really shows you how this 3-point, 2-point argument, it works, but it doesn't work because the Lakers, they were awful. I think it was like 6 for 20 or 6 for 30 from 3 or something like that, 6 for 25 or something crazy like that. And most of their points came from inside the paint and from free throws. So I don't understand what else the Warriors could do other than make stops where they can't because they have no answer for AD. And then my last point, I'm going to turn it over to you, Sean, is that if they go small ball the whole time, who is still going to guard AD? See, the thing about small ball is it works when you're on the offensive end. How does that look for you? How does that work for you when you got to go play some defense and now you got to go see a 7-foot monster in the paint?
It works with Varejao. It works with what's that other white dude that Cleveland had in the center? Moskowitz.
Ilgauskas.
Ilgauskas. It doesn't work with AD.
Crazy.
How's it gonna work? How small ball the death lineup gonna work with AD in the game?
Waiting for it.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I agree. It doesn't. But it does if you're ahead by 10 or more points.
At one point, they were up by 12.
And I think that's what Steve Kerr's banking on. Steve Kerr's banking on a lead and shrinking his team to get more speed on the court to isolate AD in those moments, because they're not going to 2-point their way back into the game. They need big shots.
Well, I'm gonna add something to it. I think that the Lakers realized early in the game, right? Early in the game, the Lakers were trying to 3-ball with the first quarter. Half of the first quarter, they was trying to 3-ball with Golden State, and they realized they couldn't hit the side of a barn, from the inside. And then they just started going exclusively inside to AD, and then Rui came in and hit a couple post-up moves or whatever, and they realized they would be able to get what they wanted inside. And once they realized they were able to get what they wanted inside, that held up all the way through the first half to the point to where they ended up with a 1 or 2 point lead at halftime. I'm saying this: you bring out a very good point, Scotty. The 1 point, 2 point trade-off only works if the team that you're playing against ultimately ends up trying to shoot with you, right? If you don't buy into it and you continue going, especially if you're making buckets at the Lakers at the rate the Lakers were making it at 60%, you just keep going inside, because we all know that the best 3-point shooters in the league shoot high 30%. That's not going to be enough if you consistently are shooting 2-point field goals at 60%. You just can't outscore that, even when you're the light-skinned Warriors like Steph and Clay. At some point, you're going to have an inside game yourself, and I don't think the Warriors have anything they can offer as far as an inside game. And the great thing about that's going to keep AD out of foul trouble.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna go to Smash Call, and then we'll get back into the discussion.
Okay.
Hey, what's up, Smash?
Hey, Scotty, you know what happened? The same thing I said was going to happen last fucking live. Y'all went live. You're giving LeBron a chance to get some damn rest, and you're giving AD a chance to work out. Once they realize that Draymond Green is literally too small to guard him, it's nothing you can do, because Draymond is a muscle of the team. And if your big bad wolf can't do nothing in the paint at all, when that small ball not gonna work for you, they can try to go small ball, and you got to make the points on the other side. And if they lose this next game, it's really over, because if them threes ain't falling inside the Lakers stadium and AD just so happen to be partially as good as he was last game, it's over for them. It's literally nothing you can do. You got to worry about somebody like Austin Reeves showing out, not just playing good, showing out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And LeBron getting rest. It's over. It's literally nothing you can do. Golden State played a hell of a game last game, and I didn't see nothing that they did last game that they didn't normally do on a good winning night. So if they could come up with a different game plan, they could try, but they put out all the works last night. So other night. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't see them winning this series at all. Simply, if AD working out like that, and LeBron getting some little bit of rest on the bench, it's real simple. So yeah, that's my time.
Hey, appreciate the call, Smash, as always, my boy. Hey man, I agree with Smash to a certain extent, but I have been saying this. I will be super surprised if AD has a back-to-back 30-plus game. That's just not how he's just not built like that. Right? He's really not built like that. He has a switch that he does not know how to keep on. Okay? He sounds like an old 1980 Cutlass, right? and you just got to leave it running because you're scared it's going to cut off on you, right? That is AD, and I just don't know if he can give it to you back-to-back nights. So if I'm looking at his point total, where's his point total? 25. I think it's over, but maybe like 27. It ain't 30. It damn sure ain't gonna be 30. So, and I got LeBron on the under as well. So, yeah.
Well, a good thing AD doesn't have to have back-to-back great games because he plays with that's why he doesn't have to have back-to-back great games because he plays with the GOAT. And so,
Billy Goat?
Oh, my
the
God.
GOAT.
Billy Goat?
That boy is a
No, man. I just think he plays with the GOAT. Now, tonight's going to be tough. I want to go ahead and get our picks in before the game starts because the tip-off is about to happen.
Go ahead.
And I want to say this. I'm taking the Lakers tonight, but I believe the Warriors. I'm going to take Lakers and the 6 points, but I believe the Warriors will win. It's been 15 straight games where the road team has won the first game and they've lost the second game. That's happened 15 straight times in the NBA. I don't think the Lakers break the streak. I think they go ahead and lose this game as well, but they will win against the spread.
I have the Lakers winning this game again. I think this game is hella close. I think I'm gonna go under with the 6.5. I definitely think it's gonna be lower than that. I think they might win by 4, maybe even 5. But I definitely got the Lakers winning this game. The total 226. I think if you're playing the Warriors, it's gonna be in the hundreds. I just don't know if it's gonna make it to 226, but I think if it goes over 226, that fits the Warrior. If it stays under, I think it fits the Lakers. So I'm gonna go with Lakers. I'm gonna go Lakers under the 6.5 and under the total.
No, and I definitely take the over the total as well with 226.
Okay.
You got to. Yeah, I agree with the over, and I'm taking Golden State. I think Golden State is primed to win this game, like Rocky said, based on that stat. If you steal that first one, you drop that second one. It just keeps happening. It's a trend. But if the Lakers win this game, then it's a curtain call for Golden State, and you probably might want to fire Steve Kerr since he stole Mark Jackson's team.
Fire.
Yeah.
I know you smoking crack.
Yeah, you got to get rid of Steve Kerr, bro. He getting washed up.
Nah, ain't no way.
It's Mark Jackson team, bro. They done lived off the identity for too long.
Ain't no way. But go ahead, finish. It's your point. It's your point.
But I just think that if they lose this game, they're getting swept. And if they get swept, you have to make some changes. You have to make some changes because you
with the 3.
Oh no.
Out the gate.
He's the petty goat. The petty goat.
Boy, y'all crazy.
The petty goat.
We about to get up out of here, guys. Hey, Shine. Listen, I'll say one thing, the kind of caveat. I do think Draymond is out the door. If they lose this series, Draymond is out the door. All right, 88 out the gate. We'll talk about next show where we might see him going when the Lakers win this game too. All right, listen, guys. Until next time, you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler. All right, God bless. Oh, also at 9:30, check out the Counter Move podcast. Okay, YouTube doing an interview with Mr. Liddell Buggs and myself. All right, he is interviewing me at 9:30. The Counter Move podcast. All right, you can check that out.
Use your community to put the link in your community, man.
I surely will. All right, here we go. All right. I got holla. Peace.